crazy. What do they know? Put your arms around me, baby. Don't ever let go. Let the world around us just fall apart. Baby, we can make it if we're heart to heart. And we can build this dream together, standing strong forever. Nothing's
We're just happy that she found somebody that really loves her as much as we do, and just wish, hope for the best for them, and we're just glad that they're, as happy as they are to be together. So that's the one wish Dad always has for his only daughter. So I guess.
And we miss her. We had no idea we were going to have a daughter across the pond and a son, a new son-in-law across the pond. But we're getting used to it. It's growing on us. So now our dream was to travel Europe someday. So we got our opportunity in the future.
So we've never had a passport before, so they kind of forced us out of our little comfort zone, and now we're become world travelers. So it's we're just so happy for them both, and look forward to visiting and going places with them, and going around Europe and different things that the things that we've always wanted to do too. So now she's kind of given us a good reason to come over here. So.
We met each other online. Well, I saw this picture of Alicia's, her profile picture, and I just went, whoa, I've got to check her out because she looked so amazing. She was like, she had this katana and she had this pose and she just looked so beautiful.
We met at MySpace. He actually he found me on a friends list, and he left me a message, and I didn't respond until like 3 days later, and we just started talking and just became friends, and we didn't think anything was going to happen because we just shared a mutual interest in martial arts.
We actually got online. I'd sent her an email and she responded pretty quickly, and I sent her another email and said, are you online? Do you want to go on Yahoo Messenger and just have a quick chat, like instant messaging rather than email and waiting? And she was online and she said, hi Yahoo, how you doing, this sort of thing. And we were talking and this lasted the whole night. And then I just said to her, what's happening? We're flirting with each other, what's happening? And she just said, I don't know, but it's happening. And then from there, we just talked every single day.
And it didn't happen until December 2007.
We said, let's meet up, let's get together and find out if this is real. So February 18th, 2008, I fly over from Manchester to Tucson, Arizona, and the second we see each other, it just felt right. It felt great.
I picked him up at the airport at Tucson for the very first time, February 18, 2008, and we just hit it off right there. And that was love at first sight, actually. Yeah.
I was very tired from such a long journey, and they were, obviously trying to wonder what to expect of me because we'd not met physically. It was all she'd heard my voice on a webcam, but she never had one, so I never heard hers. It's always one way, isn't it? It's always their way. But I'm glad and I'm happy. And then I went over a couple more trips, and May 2008, 2 years ago today, I arranged to go over to her. We went to this magical place in Arizona, which is our place. It's called Sedona in Arizona. It's beautiful. And then I'd arranged a hot air balloon. They took me to the Grand Canyon, which was beautiful, their family. And then we got a hot air balloon that had been cancelled one day, so it was going to happen another day because of bad weather. So we got on it the next day, and all this time I'd gone over and arranged with her parents for an engagement ring to be done.
Ada and I had been working closely together for, to get her rings, the style of a ring and everything. She loves Vincent van Gogh. And so we found a artisan in Santa Fe, New Mexico, and he had designed a Starry Night, which is her favorite painting from Van Gogh. But the problem is, he's from UK in the United States, and the shipping was an impossible feat to overcome. So Dad picked up the rings from Dallas, Texas, went there, and they shipped them to Dad. And then Dad brought the rings. It was a long ordeal.
She's still my little girl.
And then we thought he was going to give it to her on Friday night. Didn't happen. Wasn't right. Dinner time. She was all dressed up Saturday night, and we thought this was going to be it. Instead, he gave her a little their favorite teddy bear, which is from UK.
I'd been hiding this ring, the ring in a box. This ring was beautiful, and I'd been hiding this engagement ring all around the room, changing the positions of it wherever it was, because I didn't want her to see it or know where it was. So I had it in my pocket. I think what had happened was as well, when I flew in, they lost my luggage for 5 days, so I had to propose to her in clothes that were, being very worn.
It was Friday night, Saturday night didn't happen, Sunday didn't happen. And sure enough, the skies were blue the next morning, because they had to take off at 4 a.m, to get to the site. They had to get in the van and go to the site where they launch and that. And so she knew that at that point she was going to get a balloon ride. So she thought that was the special, which is, very special to her.
We eventually got on this hot air balloon ride. And we was going up there, and we was up there for like an hour and 7 minutes totally. And it got to, I was like, when do I do it? There's like 7 people in this hot air balloon, and I'm thinking, when do I do this? So it just, nothing seemed, until I instinctively felt that it was a good moment. I remember it being about 15 minutes into the ride, and then all of a sudden, the sun was at a perfect place. Everything's the scenery where we was. People had shifted around because we had to keep manoeuvring one another's bodies to make sure we was sort of stood, and everyone had a chance to see around the basket in the hot air balloon. And then she was in front of me. I got the ring out. I was quite nervous, even though I knew it was what I wanted. And even though I knew in my heart she would say yes, I still didn't know. Didn't hear it from her. So I got this ring out, I tapped her on the shoulder, and as she turned around, I got down on one knee, and I said, Alicia, will you marry me? Now I can't remember, I might have said something else, but I think I did it quite traditionally. I just said, Alicia, will you be my wife, or will you marry me? It's quite emotional, so it was fantastic. And that was 2 years ago today.
Finally, the weather cooperated. He didn't think it was ever going to happen that weekend. It had to be that weekend. So the wedding day had to be Memorial Week for the United States, of course, not for UK, but it had to be May 26th.
Alicia, my baby, I can't wait. I just cannot wait to be your husband and for you to be my wife. I love you with all my heart. Cheers.
That was in your hospitality.